Hi folks, Mark here for Dalton Clock Repair. Today I've got something a little different to work on, so I thought I'd share it with the YouTube audience. A client of mine brought this to me. It is a old advertising clock. Electric, it's got a light inside. Of course none of it works, the clock's frozen up. The movement I should say is frozen up and the light does not work, so let's dig right into it. Alright, we'll start by taking the hands off. The nut looks like it's already been lost. So we'll just pull the middle hand off. I will paint these hands. They're a little chipped up. I'll just get some flat black spray paint. Give them a nice little paint job when I'm all done here. Alright, let's turn this over so we can access it. In the back here. Got 4 screws back here. Set the screws aside. I don't do a lot of these electric clocks. I think that's a little different for me. Okay, you can see what we have here. Take the front cover out of the way. Set this aside for now. And you can see we have what they call a circle line bulb. I think there's a 22 watts. The old style starter here, you have to replace those every couple of years. And then we have the old clock movement here, which is seized up. And you got old magnetic ballast. We're going to update all that. I did take a look at this beforehand to see what I had in here, to see what I needed to purchase for updating it. We got a new bulb, we're going to put a new ballast in it, a modern electronic ballast, and a new movement. So we'll get this thing updated. So unplug the bulb first. It's a 4-prong plug. The bulb has 4 prongs on it, I should say. Take it out. And the old starter should twist out. Should be able to pull it out. There it is. You hear it rattling around. It's definitely bad. Start by taking the movement out. Just bolt in with one nut. And disconnect it here first. Neutral wire. And this is the hyper hot wire. Down out. Loosen up the nut. And we'll just ease it out and get rid of that. And really all this stuff can go. Might reuse these wire nuts, there's nothing wrong with these. I think I have some new ones, those. Maybe I'll just replace them. Let's see what I have. Separate these wires. I do have another. I bought a new zip cord, the old zip cord, a lamp cord with a new plug on it. So we're going to want to replace everything on this. So we'll get rid of this Old wire with its plug. And we'll have to remove the ballast. I'm not sure that's big enough for that. I guess I don't. Let's see, maybe this one. Yep, okay. Take that nut off. Looks like there may be one screw holding the socket for the starter in. Let's turn it on and take a look at that. There's a screw right there. I think that's the right kind of screwdriver. As you notice, I don't know if you notice or not, but this actually does not have a light switch. So when you plug it in, it's lit and the clock runs. So what I've decided to do is I actually went out and got a switch. I think the customer will appreciate being able to turn the light on and off while the clock is unaffected. So I did do that. I'm going to install a light switch in it. Nice little, I guess it's a moth egg sac or maybe a spider egg sac there. Take this nut off and I should be able to pull the ballast off. And that's the ballast assembly along with the old starter socket, which we'll get rid of. Now what I have here is an electronic ballast. This comes with its own built-in connector, which is nice. I didn't want to use that original connector because it was all tarnished and I don't know what kind of connection it would make. So another reason to purchase an entire new ballast. We'll see how this is going to fit on here. I might need to re-drill a hole because this spacing isn't quite going to work out, unfortunately. I thought that might be the case. So let's see here. I'm going to take one of these out. I'm going to mark it. That's where we're going to drill our hole. Alright, we got the new ballast mounted on here. Had to drill we'll go out in the garage actually and drill, using my drill press, and just drilled another hole here because the spacing was different for this ballast. I do have a new clock movement here. I've got this electric movement, which should bolt right in there. I had to find one which had the hand shaft, which was the right length. This was about 1.25 inches, I think, or 1 1/8 inches. Which the only one I found for my supplier was this one here, which had a long enough hand shaft. So this should fit. We'll bolt it in the washer here. We'll do it just like this. Put the washer and then the nut will go on here. The nice things about these electronic ballasts is they're not terribly expensive and they make no noise, they generate almost no heat, and they're easier on the bulb too, especially when the bulb starts up. It doesn't give you that pulse of voltage that a magnetic ballast will get, and so the bulb should last longer. I think it's rated up to 4 years for these new circle line bulbs. I expect to get at least that much out of it. Depends on how much you use it though too. Okay, there's our leads. Really, that's about it. We're just going to get the new cord. I've got an 8-foot cord here. We'll thread it into the back. And first we'll hook it up to see how it works. And then we'll look into putting a switch in it. This electric movement is interesting, and basically all it is just a battery quartz movement that you have in many clocks these days. But it has an adapter that uses the AC, has a little power supply which fits right into the battery compartment. I guess it's a way to cut costs when manufacturing these. They don't have to change much by way of the assembly line. I have here a new Philips circle line bulb. They call this a T9. I may want to flip this movement around just to get the cord further away from the lamp plug in here. Okay. That's it. Now you go in one way, if you turn it the other way, the prongs don't line up, so you can't go wrong with it. Now, I want to put a second hand on here to make sure that this movement goes, just so we can see it functioning. Plug it in. And there it goes. Our movement's working fine. Lights lit up, I should say. Okay. The hands actually, the old hands will fit on this new movement. Sometimes that's a bit of an issue, getting the old hands to fit. And sometimes you do have to get new hands, but we can make these little ones work. Now, if I can unplug this. There we go. I'll take this bulb out for now. I want to tie a knot here with this plug wire. I don't need to have that much excess. There we go, so it can't be yanked back through. Now, let's see, I have a switch here. It has a single pull chain switch. And we should be able to install in the case. Unscrew that, and we'll just drill a hole this size in the plastic bottom of the plastic case. And we should be able to install that there and just hook this up. So we can get light when we want, and we don't want the light, we'll just shut it off. The clock can continue to run then. Okay. I drilled a hole right there for the switch. We'll go ahead and we'll mount that in here. I had to drill a smaller hole to start with. Just ream it out. I was afraid of cracking that plastic by using a larger drill bit, so you always start with a smaller bit, especially with plastic. And you can always ream it out to the right size. And we'll fit that in there, just like that. And put the nut on it. Let's tighten that on there. Perfect. Now I did manage to find some new wire nuts, or wire caps I should say. A little bit of electrical tape here just to help secure it. Probably not necessary, but can't hurt. Now let's see if we can figure out how to do this. I connected the switch for the input of the ballast here, actually, and then this wire here will connect to the switch, and this will enable you to turn the light individually on and off. Let me just get this up here now. Separate that some more along with that. I can stretch this over here. This could be an issue, of course, when you take this apart. You just have to be careful with the switch. There we go. Okay. Let that sit like that. Let's pop this bulb in here. So stiff here. It comes from the ballast. That's in. Let's see. Let's put that second hand back on here just to make sure there's still a functioning movement. Movement, and then we should be able to turn the light on just by pulling the switch. If you can see it or not, it's kind of bright in here. One up like that. And we'll pull the switch. Lights up. So kind of cool. Just button everything up here, and I'll show you the clock when it's finishing up on the wall. Wire tie that. What I don't want to do is I just don't want the wires to show or be in front of the bulb, you know, when everything is put together, because then you might see the shadow of the wire, you know, as you turn the light on the front of the clock. The bulb doesn't get particularly hot, so I'm not worried about any wires touching. My little foam pad here provides some cushioning when I turn the clock over. The screws back in. Like I said, these hands do fit okay. I did modify the outer hand a little bit, just to get it to fit a little tighter and to be further away from the minute hand. You don't want the two getting caught on each other, else it'll just stop the clock dead. And again, I will paint these later. I have to see if I have any flat black paint. Tighten those hands up there. Hook up this extra cord that comes with a light switch. The owner can shorten it, or they can actually replace it with a decorative chain with a little doodad on the end of it if they want. And here's the finished clock up on the wall. Turn it on, turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. I love these pull chain switches. Well, that's it from Dalton Clock Repair. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I intend to have more interesting, newer videos and new videos in the future. It could be a tall case movement that I'll be working on next. A cuckoo clock, for example, like that. You never know. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.